Hello, my loves. Welcome to your psychic tarot reading with me. I am going to timestamp when the psychic tarot reading starts. We do have some housekeeping and story time while I get this sort of together. What I am doing is actually, thank you so much. Shout out to Brandon for, look at you guys, getting me something off of my Amazon wish list. I needed these so bad. I go through paper like I don't even know what, and so I really very much appreciate it. And so what I'm doing is I'm taking your downloads, and I don't have any guidance towards what we're going to open up today, so I'm going to finish cutting these up and we will pick them at random and do the housekeeping. So I should have talked about the remote viewing class that I offer when as it's available on the website TheFirstArteagan.com, and now it is. So now the remote viewing basics class is up, and that's really what you need to get started for your remote viewing adventures. So that is $75. Like I said, there's Army people, retired Army people teaching remote viewing, charging $1,200 for these big tiered stepped courses. And so yeah, I also include the PDF of the class, so you guys have that when you guys purchase it through the website TheFirstArteagan.com or through Patreon if you guys have other supernatural paranormal stuff. So what else do I want to say? Oh yeah, story time. Okay, so that was, hold on, that was housekeeping. Hold on, let me just do story time because it has something that has to do with remote viewing. Story time, remote viewing. So last night I was working, of course, and I got a FaceTime call from my little cousin, and she was at a sleepover with her friend. They're about like 14. This is this age, and I love that this age is so giggly. Like, it's just everything is, they're just little comedians, right? Well, they picked up some entities because they were playing some game, which is sort of like Bloody Mary, but it's like for whatever they're playing now. These are your downloads so far. And you know, they play this game and they have experience of, they're calling, you know, me. And that's another thing too, you guys. So before we get the psychic school for children up and going, I'm sorry, this is like a mini trash can that I use for my makeup over here, but we're going to use it to get your things. So, and then for the thumbnail, we have the Queen of Pentacles from this deck. We'll see if it has anything to do. We're going to keep this over here. We're just going to read it from the book, but we'll keep it in mind. It may or may not have anything to do with your channeling. So they called me, and it was really, really enlightening until we get the psychic school for children up and going. If you guys want to email me, TheFirstArteagan@gmail.com. If you have a child that is a minor going through something, we can work out something with, you know, with the High Priestess and Hierophant's tier with you guys, or some other price package point something. So they called me because I ideally would like to offer this kind of service for free for children because it's important. They called me, and there was a point that it came up where my cousin was at her friend's house, and I hadn't, so they were in, like, I think her friend's bedroom, and I asked, I said, you have like this hardwood? I started to describe their hallway, and they were surprised because I accurately described the hallway. I said, Natalie, oh my God. I said, yeah, I saw it. She said, how did you know that it looked like this? How did you know, Natalie, that, you know, they point the FaceTime camera down, and the floor of the room that they were in was carpet. Like, how did you know that these floors looked like this and detail? I said, because I'm psychic. I'm psychic. I remote viewed it into my cousin's friend's house that they were at, and it was so funny because I had to explain. I told them something else, and they asked me how I knew that, and I had to explain what the higher self was in order to explain how I knew that piece of information, because it's your higher selves, like that in your consigliere sessions, that'll be your higher selves that communicate to me and tell me things to tell you guys. sometimes they tell me not to tell you that it's your higher self too, so I keep that in mind. But when I was explaining to them what the higher self is, you know, the over self, and the part where I was explaining the white light, they just erupted in like squeals and laughters. Oh, hey, Jeff, welcome, welcome, welcome. Laughter and sort of like scared, but just laughter. And I said, what's going on? And they said that when I said that, the phone or the service, something glitched out and the whole screen went white. It went totally white, and they could still hear me and see me, but that I had this outline about me where they could see me, but it was like the whole thing was white. And it was right at the part where I was talking about the white light and all of this stuff and the higher self and what it is. So it was a very, it was very endearing. It was very endearing. So the remote viewing class is up on the website, TheFirstArteagan.com. It is also on Patreon at the very highest tier. And I'm going to set up what I'm going to call a remote viewing altar with a bunch of paper bags and brown paper envelopes where you guys can practice test as you get good. Okay, so let's take a look and see. We'll pair your download with this Queen of Pentacles that popped for you for your thumbnail photo. The message trying to come through for you guys today. Recognize me is your, hold on, there we go, is your download that we're going to open up with the tarot and explore the energies. So this is your thumbnail card that came out, the Queen of Pentacles. So let's take a quick look. I think this is one of like the icier queens, if I remember correctly. Let's see. Yes, coolness. The magic of the bay leaves. You must fight coolness and convince your partner to be generous, both sentimentally and materially. This will bring serenity, safety, and sincerity into the couple. Yeah, this is kind of, this Queen of Pentacles is more like self-nurturing, but gotta be coaxed out of that icebox. Gotta fight, what does it say? Magic of the bay leaves, you must fight coolness. Bay leaves might be part of this for you too. And convince your partner to be generous, both sentimentally and materially, probably physically. This will bring serenity, safety, and sincerity into the couple. So this is more like inspiration. The inspiration to move, the inspiration to sing, the inspiration to feel, to kind of heat things up a little bit. Okay, let's start. There may be someone sort of standoffish or sort of cool in your situation for whomever this happens to resonate with. And if all of this reading resonates, or if parts of this reading resonate, those are what we call Scooby Snacks. My golden oldies know this. What is the first energy? First energy is the strongest for my people. What's going on? Oh, I should explain the download. So the download, recognize me, is what came through around the Taurus solar eclipse, and that could be Queen of Pentacles too, is everything is there, but something is missing. Something very crucial is missing. And what this initially felt like was like that Avatar scene, like see me, into me you see, like all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of like that, where you may not really feel like you're being considered, or that you're being seen, or that you're being understood. And you really want someone to recognize you. You want someone to recognize your true essence, your true nature, who you really are. You don't want to be misunderstood. You don't want to be, of course, taken for granted. But this is coming down to an understanding of the truth, understanding of the truth of a person, of a situation, of someone of who someone really is. Minor Gotcha. This is a very Mercury stations retrograde on Monday. Okay. So it may be that Queen of Pentacles that just does not feel, that could be the source of the coolness. Like, you don't get it. You're not getting it. Tell me about the situation, please. And you can see this little camera, little webcam has a little light. Oh, strength. Strength. Okay. So, oh, thank you. I like the blue. I kind of like seeing what my natural body does with this coming out, but I do like both, and I'm kind of like, So, strength energy being the first one out, this is the battle between your divinity, the divine reality, and your material, humanness, physical reality. It's difficult to, I was just talking, I had a Zoom session before this, and I was just telling my high priestess, my Madame High Priestess, was something like, okay, so I'm having this war with, it's really myself, but physically, the manifestation of it is this war with bugs. And I live in this attic, and there are no bats here. There's no bats here, but there's bat bugs here, and that's where I need to be more high vibrational and like catch and release, where I just feel that something just activates in me, where I'm just 100% human. I'm 100% flesh and blood and bone. And so I slept in my sleeping bag, in my bed last night. It didn't even fit. I couldn't even but then I woke up at 2:52 in the morning because I'm hot, and I just got up. And I've been really dizzy lately, so I didn't really spring up. I more like stumbled, and like I've just been like losing balance. And that's really what astral travel will feel like. You'll feel like woozy, and you'll feel like you're coming out of like physically your body, but losing your physical balance. And I turn on the light, and there's this huge centipede by the door. And I just went totally human. The flesh and blood and bone came up, and he did not make it. I poisoned him. I drowned him in poison. And it was very dramatic. He was like, and I was like enjoying watching his life force drain from him. And that's not high vibrational. I learned when I did the Vipassana meditation in ʀᴇᴄᴏឡɪ, Illinois, like you're supposed to let everything live. And so this is like a very meaningless personal example, but it's not a war between me and the bugs. It's me and myself. There's something inside of me that's like wrestling with another little piece inside of me that I'm trying to, So that's a long analogy for you. There's something that you are the person you're connecting with, and there may be some kind of, it could be ego. It could be ego standing in the way between being able to really connect with another person. I've got like this huge gallon of poison, essentially, and it's connected with this electric wand. It's just, okay. So there's that. There's the strength energy. And we're going to open it up further with the astral. I use the rose gold, and we'll get the tarot of sexual magic as well. This is not going in the right direction. Whew. Okay. Oh, I figured out why it feels like 2020. Guys, if you're feeling like 2020, and that's why we have the OG backdrop, if you're feeling like it's 2020, it's because of Pluto stationing retrograde at this solar eclipse in Taurus. Sometimes I psychically tune into the things, and I don't know the astrology knowledge until like I figure it out, or something comes up, or I'm guided to it. And that's it. We're all picking up, learning, changing, deconstructing something in our lives that we left off in 2020, or maybe the end of 2020. Pluto, gosh, okay. So I had to take breaks. What's today? God, yesterday feels like forever ago. Watching that testimony because it's so clear. Okay, Amber Heard is a Sun Pluto person. And Sun Pluto people, it's there's a lot of force. It's like a lot of sheer force, a lot of sheer intensity. And they can come off as like, this is just too much. This is overboard, and it comes off as forced and inauthentic. It's just how that's how she comes off as, and like, there's no like genuine authenticity. One of my favorite ways that I've heard it described is this like Tom Cruise forced smile, like this Tom Cruise like, I'm so happy. This feels so great. Aren't you like, want to go get some ice cream? You know, like it's got this really intense, forced, even if it's happy, even if it's excited, it's just, but it's like, it's a lot, you know, it's Tom Cruise jumping up and down on Oprah's couch. And that's how Amber Heard comes off in her testimony. It just brings my whole vibe down. But luckily I had you guys. The collaboration short is working splendidly. And so there will be some collabs for you guys to check out coming up soon. But anyway, Pluto retrograde in Capricorn, deconstructing some power structures. I really feel like this is ego. And guys, if you're struggling and this is like a blind spot for you, I highly do recommend some kind of either talking to a good friend, someone that could be objective, or booking a session with your favorite psychic, tarot reader, or astrologer. And with Mercury retrograde, it might want to be someone that you've been to before, that you've seen before, or what I recommend even more is to listen to old tapes that you've got. Watch the old Zooms, because those mirrors are just the best. One of my great mirrors made me aware of something that was just so, I missed it. I totally missed it with ego. If something's happening with me and somebody else and something goes wrong, me automatically assuming that it's my fault is ego. I would have never thought that. I would have never figured that out. And once I was made aware of that, I said to myself, that's a stupid ego. That's like the stupidest ego expression I've ever heard of in my entire life. So once you become aware of it, you can decide if you want to keep it in your life or if you don't want to keep it in your life. So I just, right now with these two energies, I don't know how self-aware this person is. Someone here is not very self-aware. Someone else wants to be recognized. This is kind of looking like a rock and a hard place so far. Like, I feel like this person over here wants to be recognized, and like this person, I feel it just doesn't. Okay, let's keep going. Tell me more. And I have immense compassion for Amber Heard and for, of course, Johnny Depp and even Mr. Rottenborn. Objection, Your Honor, hearsay, lack of foundation. I feel like I am a lawyer after like all these. Okay. Knight of Swords. Objection, Your Honor. Okay. So this might be like maybe pressure, maybe not, but something kind of building up, and then like the levee breaks. And there may be a rush and a flood of communication or thoughts and images, and like, so this person might have kind of a blow up. They might like that sheer force is almost like trying so hard, like overacting. I'm thinking about Amber Heard's testimony, like overacting, but did you guys see her pose when they took the picture? She was like, and she waited, and then so it's like, I feel like this person that wants to be seen has more of a a capability of seeing others, of seeing this person. They can probably see this person's blind spot. This person doesn't really know it or see it in themselves. So there might be like a pressure moment. There might be something happening just in life generally that puts pressure on this very issue, and it like, boop, like it just presses the button, and then this Knight of Swords just unleashes a torrent of intel, of information, of opinions, of thoughts, of instances, memories, whatever it happens to be. We're going to open that up too. We'll get one more energy. One more energy. Oh, I'll put the links to the Amazon wish list and the remote viewing class that you can, I'll add it to the description box. Let's see, closing. Oh, whew, okay. So everything can be saved. Everything is salvaged. Temperance, balance, and the Nine of Cups. Okay, if you can, everything rests on being able to overcome the ego, being able to see your blind spot and accept that you have a blind spot, accept that just to accept whatever it is. If I were at a state of consciousness where I wasn't open to analogizing and using these bugs as a metaphor for something else, I wouldn't look inward. I wouldn't look for something. If I weren't at a state of consciousness to be open to the idea that something goes wrong between me and someone else, and I immediately think it's my fault, that could be ego, and then it would just like go on forever. And that's stagnant, and I don't like stagnancy. I like moving and shaking. I like growth. That's why I like eclipses. But I mean, I'm a Cancer rising too, but I like shaking it up. So we're gonna start opening this up, but this is it. Like if you, and I feel like I'm channeling someone that will, because of all of this. This is very supportive. Think of the end result. Think of the overall. Think of, this is my finish line energy, this little rainbow with the perfect everything, perfect family, perfect everything. So if you just focus on the end result that you want, then you will work the energies, you will alchemize. It might take some time to grow into being an emperor, because baby boss is going to be like super tantrum and domineering and forceful and like trying to, get the Pluto rules the masses. Pluto rules television. All of that sheer force of Plutonian energy. That's why I feel like Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Risings, Pluto people, Pluto Sun people, the best Pluto Sun that I like is probably the sextile in the natal chart. Otherwise, it probably will just take a very long time to work that energy, to control it so it doesn't control you. It's a lot of force, it's a lot. And that's why I think these people do really great with TV, being on TV, being a performer, being on the internet, being on social media, because they can reach the masses, they can put all their force somewhere, they can channel all of that big, beautiful energy out. It's very nuclear, it's very, very nuclear. But when that turns on itself, when you're selfish, when you try to manipulate, when the ego gets out of hand, that's what Pluto retrograde in Capricorn is actually doing. October is going to be lit. So, but when you do that, when that Pluto, especially Pluto Sun, because we're talking ego here, when you'll self-destruct. It'll turn on itself, and you'll make decisions and doing things thinking that you're thinking that you're the ones holding the strings, but not quite. And then it just starts this domino effect of, I don't want to say karma coming back to you, but it'll start a chain reaction of learning the Plutonian lesson. And then you'll be able to trace it back to the seed, and it wasn't a good seed that you planted. It was a manipulative or an ego or something. But maybe this is just awareness. This might just be pure awareness of, I had no idea that I needed to really look at this. I had no idea that this was really has to do with me. I had no idea that, you know, XYZ. Let's take a look at the strength energy. So why you gotta have good mirrors. Having the right people around you, having the best people around you, you know, is so, so, so important. Through good times, through not good times, through prosperous times, through not prosperous times. It makes all the difference in the world. Those girls were so cute last night. Oh my God, you guys. They were absolutely precious. I got such a kick out of it. Ah, now I know about the modern day Bloody Mary. What's it, Sarah? It's something that they're messing around with. Oh my God. Okay. So psychic school for children is like an eventually thing. The tower with the strength, and I was guided to use the rose gold astral and not the tarot sexual magic for this particular energy. So this holographic deck, you can see the energy like pulsing. What is going on? You can see the energy pulsing, and this one it's like a circle. That's like a clue of what's going on in the astral. It's what reality really looks like. I got the rose gold because it's beautiful, but it's also the actual astrals. The astral. Oh, mother of pearl. This Mercury retrograde, and it just. It's the astral. The actual astral. Do I make astral? I think I do have the astral travel one. Yes, I do. Available on the website, TheFirstArteagan.com, as a single purchase. So the tower is why it's difficult. There's some kind of like interior breakdown. There's something breaking down inside of you or this person you're connecting with, or if you're peeking in on somebody else's energy, they got something going on that's driving this like. Now listen, this can be the whole breakdown to breakthrough energy too. It could be that, where you get the grip on yourself, where you regain control. And listen, that's why I have compassion for Amber Heard, because the secondhand embarrassment I get like watching her, I'm like, oh my God, this is like everybody, it's like because the shadow, her acting all like that, is an unhealed part of her. It's unhealed, and it's all let loose on the world now. So now we're all watching these clips. So I mean, it's part of the force that drove her to be very successful, but now it's part of her demise, and it's a shame, because all that energy of power and self-mastery could do great things on earth. And so we're definitely seeing the other expressions of that the next year and a half. So for you personally, or for the person with whom you're connecting, they're having a bit of a personal crisis a little bit here, and I'm getting caught out. Someone might be getting caught out. She's showing me like this hand in the cookie jar. Someone might be getting caught with their hand in the cookie jar, or you know, kind of like Amber Heard getting caught in lies, getting caught. You know, what I'll say is, don't die on that hill. Don't die on any hill, because that's kind of something that's happening. And the ego will tell you about a person's greatest insecurities is through their ego. So anyway, let's move on. This person's very, I'm just getting a lot from that person. I do feel like we're going to use a tarot sexual magic for the 9 of Wands. So I had to turn off her testimony. I'm like, this is like, oh my God, this is like bad energy work. Bad energy work. Tell me about the 9 of Wands. Ooh, you have a lot here. You have the Ace of Chalices. Look, oh my gosh. Oh, what muscle is that? There's like a muscle. I think it's like right here. This muscle that gets like, makes people, men look like that. And it's like very, So, okay, sorry. I just remembered that I never saw the sequel to Magic Mike. Oh my God, that's like remembering that you've got Haagen-Dazs in the freezer. Okay. Weekend plans. Okay, so Ace of Chalices. Sorry, I'll share this with you. Look at this yummy scene. Look at the bucket book. Ace of Chalices. Ecstasy. They gave a flight attendant ecstasy, and Amber and Johnny. I'm such a lame. I've only ever smoked marijuana. But when you're psychic, you don't need drugs. Like, you see things. You don't need drugs. You are drugs. Ace of Chalices, ecstasy, the magic of the comb and the brush. Loving magic, crowned by success, satisfaction, festivities, good reasons to be happy and in love. I sound like a columnist or something. Okay. I'm excited for you. This looks like a breakthrough. It looks like you're going to get your happily ever after. You are this person. See, this is going to be a breakdown to breakthrough. I remember this one. This is the one. This is the dude. Okay, let me finish the story here. This is the dude that, and then we're going to do the weeklies after. We're going to do Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. Okay. This is a dude trying to write a love letter. Look at this, is so sweet. Look at, he's trying to write a love letter. He's very upset. Oh, I explained to the girls about cats too. And look at those people in the background, and look at his crumpled letter, and look at the moon. Oh, this is the Knave of Chalices. The Knave. Oh, that is so frustrated. Okay. Oh man, and the Knight of Pentacles. And it's all behind the Nine of Wands. All right, I'm getting that you all don't, there's a little bit of a, I don't know if it's timing or if it's that you're just generally in different places, like you're in different energies. There's a lot of restraint here. Okay, let's figure it out. Let's the Knave of Chalices. Jealousy. The magic of the ink. Doubts are slinking along in the distance. You must find a way to communicate and meet in spite of the considerable distance. This is emotion. This is like a mental emotional distance. This is what I said in the very beginning of your reading, that it's right in front of you. You're right in front of each other. These people are right in front of each other, but they're not. They're far away. This is a lot of emotion. This is a lot of emotion. Very, very guarded. And it's sustained energy, sustained with this Knight of Pentacles. Let's take a look. Discontent. I love her garter though. Look at how do you get like that? How does the shoulder get like that? Hold on, let me fix this. Oh my God, did you guys see all of her cluster spikes too? Okay. So, where was I? The Knight, discontent, the magic of the green lemon. Waiting allows the desired fruit to ripen, while haste makes every chalice bitter. Let me read that one again. Discontent, magic of the green lemon. Isn't that a lime? Isn't that a lime? Waiting allows the desired fruit to ripen, while haste makes every chalice bitter. Okay, here's what I like about this. What I like is that there's this potential for sustained gratification. The only concern is that it's got to be on the right terms. Like someone has like all this love, you know, all of this, it's really love. It's really love. It might be a little jealousy, but only when they're recognized, only when they feel really understood and seen. This person might be a little like seeing people through their own ego, if that makes sense. That's what I'm getting with this person. Like this person is going to wait. This person is not going to like budge with the Knight of Pentacles. They're only going to, but they're kind of, I don't want to say emotionally immature, but I thought this was the Knight of Chalices, but it's not. It's the Knave of Chalices. This is like this is a little bit immature. This might get a little out of hand. But they don't want to, if they don't want it, they don't want it. Like, they need to be inspired. They want it to be like, you know, they want to be like actually recognized. I feel like we need this for the Knight of Swords too. Oh, I did put the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, I put the Queen back. This is the Knight of Swords. The Hermit. This is a very different energy. In both of these cards, there's like a couple over here in the background and the person in the foreground. But this person's like all mad and jealous. And look at the cat playing with the paper. But in this one, he's really like dejected and he's really upset. Like he's not trying super, he's not, you know, it's just like a different vibe. Let me take a look. This could be like a third party counselor or something. I would have made a great lawyer. I would have made a great marriage counselor. Where is it? Objection, Your Honor, hearsay. You asked the question. The Hermit. Ooh, I love this one. Okay, I love this. Refusal. Retention of the seed. Slowing down your pace allows the magic to germinate. When the psychic force is restrained, its power is doubled. This could be a release. This is a release of psychic energy. This is a release of, but this is like having a conversation about it. This is like having a conversation of what you've been picking up, what you've been feeling, what they would, this is almost like clearing the air, really clearing the air. Literally, the Tower is like this big thunderstorm that clears the air. Now we're going to switch back to the rose gold for the Ten of Cups. The Astral. I'm getting Mad Men. But not like advertising, like an advertising agency or an ad, or it feels like it's a perception. It's a perception to sell. It's a perception to a curated image, a curated perception. Ooh. The Seven of Cups. What was I in the middle of saying? Perception, a curated perception, creating these images, creating from the ethereal, the okay. Oh my God. Okay, so whatever this is, whoever this is, you're at a very critical point. And if this is just a perception, it's going to be punctured. it's going to be punctured, and you're going to get like the what's actually there is what you're going to see. There's like the veil drops. There's no more. You buy the swimsuit because you like how it looks from the ad on Instagram, and you get the swimsuit and it's terrible. It's poor quality. It doesn't fit. It looks horrible. Let's get your okay, so so someone, if any of this resonates, someone really desperately wants to be recognized and seen and understood and accepted, and the other person in the situation will have this big moment where they're going to be tasked with confronting the toxic ego, or whatever's been keeping them from being able to see clearly, to see what's really there and not their ego, or not what they want, and there's going to be a conversation, maybe with a counselor, or with a mutual friend, or maybe someone respected, or to each other in private, and there might be some concerns about the perception too. But overall, I see that it'll work. I see that this is just like a big burst, but you can learn to alchemize this energy and be very happy. Both of you, everybody in the situation. Let's take a look. What's the guidance? What's the further guidance for my people, or the Scooby Snacks? What's the guidance? Ooh, okay. Before I even turn it over, the canary, step forward now and sing your song. There is power in finding your voice. This person's been holding a lot back, and they're gonna. But I feel like it's a totally unrelated pressure. There's something else that's like putting pressure on this issue, and it's just gonna. And then there's gonna be a lot of communication about it. And everybody's some perception of themselves, to each other, to the public, to their communities, whatever. There is power, but it's the level. Sound changes the level of vibration. There's power in finding your voice. All right, bottom of the deck. The white eagle, the connection to divine guidance is within you. It's there. It's there. The divine guidance is there. It's there. It's there. Okay, it's there. The connection to divine guidance is within you. So I like this best because the hermit can be someone that you go to for like a reading, for instance, or a counselor, or someone, but it's really you doing that work, separating yourself from everything and even from yourself, so that you can see yourself. You need that space between you and your ego, so you can see your ego and you can decide if you like it or not, or if you want to change it or not. So, but the hermit is usually like a combination of both. So sometimes you'll be doing your work, and then sometimes you'll be helped along, like having those good mirrors. So, okay, my loves, this was, we'll be back on Monday with your next message, and I am going to take a little break, then we'll head into Patreon to do Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. So until next time, my loves, I am sending you all the very, very best photons. Take very good care of yourselves. Have a great weekend, and many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings. Mwah.